Ah. I gotta pee. Empty my bladder in the outhouse back there. Coffee. Adderall. Time. What time is it? 3:42. What a difference it makes to get out at 3 o'clock. Bladder to empty. I wonder if those are unlocked. I'm sure you want to go long. We're going to go around the block here. Get him back. Hi. Beautiful day.
Yeah, I can't believe there's that much scaffolding in the world.
What we need to do is build 1 kilometer tall and 400 meters wide wind tunnels, 50 miles per hour, 24/7. So that would be like the size of a sports stadium, but 1 kilometer tall. Yeah, that's why I figured we better put them out at sea and half of it underwater. Plus you can enclose them and tune them that way, and 52,000 of them on the planet, we could pretty well play the pipe organ and tune our weather right up.
What kind of dog is that?
An Afghan hound. They love to hunt. They're very intelligent. This one loves to play with other dogs, but they have a range of moods, so this is kind of the aloof mood right now. Have you a dog yourself?
No. Used to have one that died. Teacup poodle. It weighed like 2.5 pounds. It was only about that big. This is my wife's dog, not mine.
Well, they still have the intelligence.
Well, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, God does good work. You recruiting this guy, Mekkah?
Huh?
I'm asking my dog if my dog is recruiting you, running around trying to wrap you up in the leash here. They're that smart. Well, I guess a lot of dogs are, to know that. But yeah, you're happy I have someone to say hi to, Mekkah? Good. And how's your family?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, we're over here visiting my son. I'm from the Wheeling, West Virginia area.
I've heard of that place. Yeah, it's pretty famous. You just had a rocket launch hit the ground in West Virginia, I think.
Maryland.
Oh, okay.
Or no, Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were using a Russian rocket motor, 40-year-old rocket motor.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Can you believe that?
40 years.
Can't
I didn't
even
know that.
afford to put one of our own damn rocket motors on it. They got to get a Russian motor.
It's the dinosaurs. They're all fighting over the money, the small amount of money their primitive economy's been able to generate. Then they gave themselves another 10 or 20 trillion dollars since Bush left town, minting it at the Federal Reserve, ordering the mint to make more money, and then zero interest loans. They're trying to get enough money, but then they invest it all overseas where it's cheap and they can earn a high return on the money. They don't invest it in America. What we need to do, look into the future and say, look, see that hill there? We're going to take it, and then our position will be so much better. We'll win this battle. We'll win this war. That hill's renewable energy. There's a huge front-end cost to it, though. We got to put up all the scaffolding, windmills, front-end assets instead of just pulling oil out of the ground with cheap pumps.
Yep.
But we can do it. We've seen it. We've started it. Now all we need to do is say it's going to be worth, $1 million trillion when we get it done. So let's take 100 trillion of it right now, of that million trillion, start minting it up now. And not borrowing it. We're minting it because that's how we're going to spend it. It's going to make that value. And then we can say, here's money for the new rocket engine, here's money for the windmill, here's money for the energy tower. That's the next step. We got to get ourselves elected. Obama could maybe do it. He's got 2 years. He could tell the Treasury, okay, mint up $1 trillion. I'm going to put it in the U.S. Treasury in a trust account for renewable energy. And the rules on the trust account, see how I've written it here, no one can borrow against it, no one can take money out of it for any purpose except renewable energy. And it's irrevocable. No one can take it out of there. So the mint says, no, we got to get an order from Congress, sir. We can't print money, only the U.S. House of Representatives.
Yeah.
And so then Obama calls up the military, says, okay, go over to the mint, print, issue, it's probably electronic now, get the computer, you're supposed to know how to work these things, send $1 trillion over to the U.S. Treasury. And I have the Secretary of the Treasury, what's his name now? Not Geithner anymore, the new guy, Coos or somebody. Not Comey, he's FBI. Who's at the Treasury? Okay, I forget. But anyway, he says, okay, I'll take $1 trillion. I'll put it in this account. You're my boss. If they try to get me for treason, I'm just obeying orders. Same way General Dempsey says, hey, I'm commander-in-chief, but he's the commander. I'm the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, but he's the commander-in-chief, so I have to obey him or he can court-martial me. And then Obama goes up to the cameras and says, okay, hang me if you can. And he takes over to the Congress because they have to try to impeach him now. And they have to have the trial, so he gets center stage. He says, look, Holland, Bangladesh, Florida, we got 3 cases in the International Criminal Court against the U.S. for the rising sea level. Florida, Green Party, and these other guys, they're suing us in our own federal courts. We have to build this renewable energy. They're demanding that we mint up the money like I just did, so we can do this without going so far into debt. We're already $17 trillion in debt. We can't afford any more debt. So I went ahead and did what they already have in the court system, trying to get court orders for you guys here that have gridlock. You've not been able to do any of this. So,
at all.
yeah, so he goes and stands in the Senate every day. The Supreme Court Chief Justice Roberts presides, and he says, okay, ask me questions about the $1 trillion. Tell the American voters why we can't have this $1 trillion, and I'll give you every reason why we can. Hang me. And then he controls for a year, however long the trial lasts, he has the center of attention, and they end up saying, no, the worst they could do is probably, electronically put the money back in the mint and then tell him, you're, no longer president, I guess. We're not going to hang you. Yeah. And then he says, fine, let's have the election earlier. You Republicans ready? We are. And then we all say, yeah, we want the $1 trillion like the trial said, where you can't spend it the way you rob Social Security.
Called red tape.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
But checks and balances, I don't know, maybe they don't want me talking about this. I was just on the internet figuring all this out this morning. Because a lame duck president, what can he do? He can take control by forcing them to impeach him, the checks and balances. He becomes the main man, center stage. They say that by administrative orders, he's going to try to accomplish this stuff. My first thought was, why not use Article 3? I mean,
what's that?
The court system, Article 3. The Congress is Article 1, and the President is Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution, right? 3 branches of government, Article 1, 2, and 3. So the idea originally was Article 1 knows all these people all over the country. Hey, Joe, you got a stream near you, you want to have hydroelectric power and they don't put it in here, you can file a court case to get the hydro, we'll help you out. Here, Sally over here wants to desalinate water. But they won't put in the system that she wants, and you file a case, and Article 1 can organize all the voters to file court cases with Article 3 and help them out. And thereby Article 3 then has to rule in favor of these plaintiffs that the president handpicks. He knows who would have the best standing in the court. Like if you want to own a gun in D.C., you'd be a mother, a single mother, and you'd have 2 kids, and you'd live in a violent neighborhood, and you'd tell the judge you want a gun because you got to protect your kids in case someone comes to your door. Instead of getting some young dude just wants to flash and have a gun, Right. He'd know how to hand pick all the right plaintiffs and get them filing cases. And then he'd go to Article 1 here, which is going to be all Republican majority.